I done what you told me to do.
Gullah means that you are a descendant of West Africans who were enslaved here in the Sea Islands, going all the way up from North Carolina all the way down to Florida, but primarily in our South Carolina Sea Islands.
They were brought from the coast of West Africa to the Low Country and enslaved in order to do the labor of the plantations that helped to build America.
It's the blending of all of those cultures that came together during the transatlantic slave trade that gave birth to this culture called Gullah.
Gullah is the most authentic African culture in America. We think Gullah came from the word Gola. The Gullah tribe were rice-growing people in West Africa, and they were brought over to develop rice fields.
One of the major reasons why we were selected from the west coast of Africa, especially those rice-producing countries like Sierra Leone, Senegal, Gambia, Angola, the rice coast, was because of our expertise in rice cultivation. We came here with specialized skills, and so we were assigned specific tasks. And if we completed those tasks, let's say by noon, then we had the rest of the day, quote unquote, as free time.
They were pretty much left alone certain times in the year, and so they were able to really practice the African way of life. And so it has sustained itself over the last 100, 150 years.
And so that's why you still see Gullah so prevalent in these areas as opposed to maybe in the upper state or other parts of the country. Negro spirituals are really pure West African chants. And if you went back to the coast of West Africa, you'll hear those blue notes and you'll hear that sound, which was the basis for our American music, jazz, blues, spirituals, and gospel.
It's the music of the ancestors, and in singing these spirituals, you feel their spirit. It's the music that belongs to us, so it's important that in singing these songs that we remember them.
I done what you told me to do. 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 I done what you told me to do.
The spirituality of the Gullah people is first and foremost, and family is another aspect that is so very important to the Gullah people. Spirituality, family, food, music, and the language.
Really what the Gullah Geechee language is an English-based Creole language. We can just drop one letter from a word and just change the sound altogether. We would probably say, oh, we out here in the yard, okay? We wouldn't say that. We say, we're there in the yard. And you really have to know the language to know what we're saying. And that what really made us ashamed of it, because people say it was broken English that we were speaking. But we were just communicating. I mean, we were talking. It was our language. And what people don't have a language?
Historically, art has defined the culture. So you take the ingeniousness of people from West Africa and other parts of Africa that brought with them their talents. And when you look at the various architectural design, landscape design, the art of food, cuisine, the art of fabric, the art of architecture, everything imaginable is framed within the context of art. And that takes people. And most of the people were from West Africa.
I sold the sweetgrass baskets. It's an art form that was brought from Sierra Leone, West Africa, and it has survived for at least 300 to 400 years. And it was on the plantations where they needed the baskets for utility, for cleaning the rice and toting fruits and vegetables out of the fields. So the basket has a lot of history behind it. It's not just an ordinary basket, but it's very cultural, it's very important, it's very unique to the Gullah culture. And just anybody can't do a basket, at least not the Gullah sweetgrass basket. This basket has to be taught from a relative or someone in that community.
Most Gullah people have certain things that they do, for example, our foodways. I think food is one of our strongest traditions that we still hold.
Gullah Geechee food is very, very seasonal, very farm fresh, lots of seafood, you know, shrimp, crabs, because, you know, we live right here on the water. Food brings back memories, food brings back your spiritual memory and your DNA. it also keeps that balance between modernization and the past.
This culture is part of your culture. You cannot have the complete story of American history without South Carolina history. You cannot have South Carolina history without Gullah history.
I'm gonna clap my hands, cause I want to. I'm gonna clap my hands, because I can. I'm gonna clap my hands, because I want to. I'm gonna clap my hands, because I can.